Welcome to Stuck Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Growth, and I want startups to be wildly successful. Today, I'm very happy to be talking to Darcella Craven, who's the regional representative for Region 7 of the Small Business Administration. Yay! We're going to be talking about government resources for startups. Welcome, Darcella.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
So, what is the biggest thing people don't know? What's the best kept secret about government resources right now?
Tell you the best kept secret is this office that I work in now, which is the Office of Advocacy. It is an independent voice for small business owners within the federal government. Created in 1976, so it's been around since Steve Jobs formed Apple Computers, and so it's been around quite a while. We are the best kept secret. Which is amazing to me because our office is the voice for small business and federal regulations.
So, what kinds of things can you help small businesses with?
So there are several things. The Office of Advocacy actually is made up of three separate departments, if you will. There are the attorneys in the Interagency Affairs section. So it's all the attorneys who argue for federal regulations to ensure that they are considering small business economic impact. There are the economists. So you also probably know about that. That's the one that does all the really cool picks and all the data. So the economists in the Office of Advocacy are the ones who pull together all those really great infographics that you use for a part of your business. And then, of course, there's the regional advocates, folks like me, who there are 10 slots for that across the country. And it's our job to ensure that small business owners are alerted to federal regulations, have their voice when it comes to those federal regulations. So you as a small business owner don't have to let federal regulations just happen to you. You have a voice and a say in that. You can either do that by talking to me directly or joining one of the roundtables that we will often have, or just making a comment during public comment period.
Okay, so it's highly recommended that people get on the mailing list or the email list so that you know when things are coming up that need that you get an opportunity to comment on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so here's the other thing, Mary, what I want to really make sure that small business owners know is it's all about the attitude that you have for federal regulations. It's not my job to tell you whether or not they're great or bad. It's my job to ensure that you as a small business owner know that they're coming and how they're going to impact you. So a great example is OSHA. So OSHA is about to change change some wording around heat-related illness and injury. So if you're a small business owner and you have even one employee, whether that employee works inside or outside, you're going to want to know what OSHA is going to say about changing regulations. It could be as simple as you got to give people extra water, or you have to give them a longer break. We don't know. The most important part of that sentence is small businesses have the chance to make their voices heard when it comes to that. It's a very big difference between how Anheuser-Busch works with heat-related illnesses and how Joe or Jane Smith with a small company will work with it. So it's really very important that small businesses know about this office and ensure that their voices are heard. And that's why I'm here. It's my job to make sure your voice is heard.
So particularly with startup businesses, you want to make sure that when you're ready to open, that you've gotten all the permits you need to get, that you're complying with all of the compliance issues in your industry. And the SBA is a great place to find out what it is you need to know so you can do it right the first time and not have to fix it later.
Oh, absolutely. Save time, energy, and money, right? You will save time, energy, and money by understanding how these offices that are here for you work for you, right? It's really important that you, as a small business owner, not only understand compliance, because you'll understand compliance when they send you a red flag for doing something wrong, right? You'll get it then. So I try to tell small business owners, pay me now, pay me later, right? So that's the mentality. Don't wait until later. Don't wait until the regulations catch up with you. Understand at the beginning. So spend a little time just comprehending what regulations impact you, not just state and local ones, but what federal regulations will impact you. And then learn how to how do you engage in them? Part of that is knowing that you have a regional advocate for your area. So I cover Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, and Nebraska.
Sounds good.
But there are 7 other people.
The other thing startups are always interested in is money. And can you or somebody in the office in the SBA help startups find where there might be government grants or government loan programs to help them get going, depending on what industry they're in?
So if I had my other hat on in my previous life, I absolutely could have at least helped them navigate that space. I personally cannot do it now since I'm on I'm in the federal regulation lane now. However, if you reach out to the SBA's resource partners, if you spend time working on your business, and the on it part of business is the researching, the reading, the talking to other people. So I would highly encourage you to reach out to SCORE, to Small Business Development Centers, to PTAC, to your local lender. The other thing that I found, Marian, just got to tell you, is small business owners, when I used to have another hat on of being a counselor, they would always come and ask me for where the money is. And I'd say, well, who have you talked to so far? Well, nobody. Well, okay, well, you got to start by actually talking to someone. And the very first place you should talk to is your bank. Where are you putting your money? Are you actually using that resource, or are you just dropping your coins in there and hoping they get some interest? Use that resource. They have a lot more to offer for you. But then also the SBA does have some backed loans. SBA does not personally give out loans, right? That's a whole conversation that you can have with PPP, et cetera. But I would say if you're interested in what the SBA can do, is contact your district office and have a conversation with them.
Sure. And like you mentioned, the SBDC, the Small Business Development Centers, I know they help people create business plans. They help people navigate how to actually fill out a RFP, a request for proposal. To find out where the bids are and those kinds of
the women's business centers, the veterans business outreach centers. So I'm going to back up a little bit and say, if you're a small business and you're looking for a grant, I'm going to ask you to think differently about what that means. Because if you sit down with a resource partner, they spend time with you, they help you do the research, they help you find the information, they gather documents for you, they send information to you afterwards, all of those things. They spend hours helping you, and they do not hand you a bill at the end of it. You just got a grant. So if they get attorneys in front of you to pro bono to help you out because of their relationship with you, and you don't get a bill, you just got a grant. So thinking differently about what that word means when you're a small business owner, because now that $400 or $500 or several $1,000s that you would have spent, you can now put into your business.
This is great. Thank you so much, Darcella. This is great resources for startups, for small businesses. Use the SBA and their resource partners. So I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff. I want startups to be wildly successful. And one of the best things you can do to do that is book a synergy call with me at businessriff.com. And join us again next time for Stuck, Time to Improv.